Welcome to the Gaming Outsider Podcast. It's anniversary season for the PS2 and the Dreamcast, so we thought we'd debate which was the superior piece of hardware. In news, would you believe that the price of the Xbox is going up again? We also have a bunch of new games to talk about. I played the Immortal edition of the original Puzzle Quest, and Zach played the latest DLC for Assassin's Creed Shadows called Claws of a Wild. Also, Mark and Sean stopped by Legends and the standalone DLC for RoboCop Rogue City called Unfinished Business. This is the Gaming Outsider. Greetings, programs, and welcome to the Gaming Outsider, a video game podcast with a focus on our incredible community, which can be found at thegamingoutsider.com. We also have our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/the GoCast, and a Discord server. You can find a link for that in the notes of this very episode. It is Monday, September 22nd. I'm your host, Scott Clark, and joining me are my good friends. First off, Mr. Zach Parkerson. How you doing, man?
I'm great, just dreaming of Taco Bell.
We were talking about Taco Bell before we started recording, and I did not eat dinner yet, so screw you guys. Also joining us, Jacob Gunderson, who finally figured out how to not put the microphone in front of his face during a video podcast. How you doing, man?
I'm all right. I'm very happy. I finally got my clients into a house. We just got under contract today.
Nice. Congratulations. Is that why you've been so freaking busy this week?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the last 3, I have shown 30 houses in the last 2 months.
Oh my goodness.
What you can do with all that commission cash?
Put it to R2V2.
Shut up.
Squat on it.
Also joining us, back from the dead, Mr. Chris Berensmeyer. How you doing, man?
How's it going? By the way, since we're talking about old school stuff, Scott, I found them. It's $100 for a case of 72 of the Pizza Hut tumblers.
Those little red ones,
12-ounce red ones with the bubble texture sides.
I mean, I'd almost be willing to go in like a quarter of that just to get a bunch of those for parties and stuff. Let's make that happen. How cool would it be just to bust out those old Pizza Hut red glasses at a party? People I remember these.
Oh no! Then we got to take them somewhere and actually get the old Pizza Hut logo put on the side.
Was there logos? There wasn't logos on those.
Yes, there was. Pizza Hut on one side, Coca-Cola on the other.
Maybe it depended on the location.
Maybe. I don't remember there ever being a logo on it.
You should just bring it into a Pizza Hut and refill it like it's just,
You can find a sit-down one still.
Yeah.
Oh, they're still there. There's just nobody in them. There's just nobody.
No, take it to a Pizza Ranch.
Oh, there's
you
a
guys
Pizza
said as
Ranch
long as I
near us.
owned it.
Is Pizza Ranch still kicking, huh?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
dude, it won't die.
It's like near Byron or something, isn't it? Anyway,
Hepatitis be damned. It's
CV, you've been gone for a minute. Let's talk about what the games you've been catching up on.
No, I want to talk about Pizza Ranch.
I'm always. You know what? Let's just go to Pizza Ranch. We'll do this live.
All right, I'm video conferencing in.
Still
started playing the Mafia: The Old Country again. I took some time off from some games. Had to just unwind a bit.
Had to can some vegetables.
Yeah, dude, I did that a bunch yesterday. Made some pickle relish, some spaghetti sauce, pizza sauce. It's delicious. My house smells like food right now. So
you played Mafia: The Old Country. You're like, I need to make pasta.
Yeah,
sauce
and I used some San Marzano tomatoes. Just went for the full experience.
I need to make it a sauce.
Oh, dude.
You get us canceled, man.
I didn't say it any worse. It wasn't me.
For some reason, you could be racist to Italians.
Or Irish.
I don't know if you can because.
No.
Anyway,
Nintendo's mascot is racist towards Italians every time he shows up on screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why they stopped doing it. Remember when that popped up in Assassin's Creed 2? Like your cousin's name is Mario, and he's like, "It's a me, Mario."
You don't remember your uncle? It's a me, Mario.
Dude, that was so funny. I know every person that played that game was like, "Ah!" It's like the scene with Leonardo DiCaprio pointing at the whistling.
That's how you do a good quick reference to something,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, for the record, I'm not okay with being racist towards Italians. I'm just saying the culture supports it.
I don't know that they do.
I'm not saying it's okay.
Okay. Anyway,
for the record, I wasn't trying to be racist.
Look at you.
I wasn't kicking them out of stores.
I'm pretty sure nobody is trying to be racist.
Or anything. I was just I was just saying a funny line. I'm sorry.
We've taken
All
the
the-
quickest
to
path
all of
from
our-
insult to apology in podcast history.
Probably.
Oh no, not
No,
what I said.
he's not holding a ukulele or singing a song, so it's okay.
Oh, now we're getting topical.
Oh my God, CB, how far into Mafia the Ultimate?
I'm on chapter 9, so like still plugging away at it.
It's like 14 chapters in that, if I remember
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Sounds right.
So I'm gonna try to spend like the next week or so clearing things off of consoles, since there's a larger release that's coming this week that I'm excited for.
oh, man, there's a few larger releases that I'm excited.
There's one in particular that matters. The rest don't.
On
So-
the recording week or on our release list?
On our
week?
release.
Okay. All
That's
right,
why I said
okay,
I'm
we'll
taking a week.
We'll talk about it later. Got it.
So, also, Nate got me into playing Pokemon TCG Pocket.
TCG
which is-
being tabletop
Trading card
Trading
game.
trading card game.
Trading card game. Okay.
Jeez,
Dude,
Scott, what are you, 90 years old?
Pocket.
The Pokemons
You're
and
90.
The Pokemon's on that there Nintendo.
I've
Nintendo.
always loved Clefairy myself.
Oh, so now we can't be racist, but we can be ageist.
Yeah, that's completely fine.
Hey,
Really,
Scott,
especially for
Scott
Scott.
does have gray hair. It's okay.
It looks worse on the YouTube stream. I swear to God, my hair does not look this gray in person.
Embrace the gray.
Oh no,
I'm trying
don't worry,
to.
folks. It's far grayer.
I'm looking like freaking Littlefinger over here on gaming
It's a
outside
silver
of podcast.
fox.
Hey, I'll take that. I like that.
But
Anyway,
else?
Pokemon.
yeah, it's a fun little game. Basically, it's just collecting cards and ripping open packs.
I love
It-
it's like the biggest video game franchise in the world, and he's like, "Oh, it's a cute little game."
It's not bad. It's the way Nate described it to me is like it's the best way to get that like pack ripping like itch out of your system instead of just buying packs for which by the way I went with him to a store the other day where he wanted to go Pokemon card hunting. Those packs are so expensive now.
Yeah,
They're like $6 or $7 a pack now. Like when we were kids, they were like $2-3.
Well, yeah, they're popular now.
Oh my god, they were popular then. Now people just want to scalp. So,
I
but
mean,
yeah,
the increasing cost of paper put the place I worked for out of business. So yeah, I think those cards are looking to get pricier and pricier.
yeah, but it also doesn't help people like, oh, I got to slab it and then resell it.
No, yeah, of course, yeah, absolutely. That doesn't
I know
help anybody.
nothing about that whole culture whatsoever, but every once in a while I stumble across a video of somebody like with a camera on just their hands opening a pack with like white gloves and stuff, and all of a sudden something they flip to something, and all of a sudden their hands start shaking and they start freaking out because they've got like a 6-figure value card in their hand or something like that.
It's insane.
Yeah.
The only card opening that I like to watch on YouTube is divorced dads.
Oh, dude, I'm with you. I think it's hilarious.
What?
If you've not seen,
Dude,
okay,
There's
after
no,
the sh-
no.
I'll show
Yeah,
you after the show.
There's no way to explain it. You just got to watch videos.
I'll
Okay.
show you
Sure,
after
Scott,
the show.
don't worry.
So yeah, that, and then I went to our local casino, and with help from a friend of mine, I learned how to play craps.
You didn't know how to play. You know how to play Pai Gow, but you don't know how to play craps.
That was so easy, dude.
What the hell is Pai Gow?
Exactly. Nobody knows what Pai Gow is except for CB. Every
Dude,
time we go to a casino, he's like, "Where's the Pai Gow table?" And even the casino people are like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And he's like,
It's seven cards. 7 cards. Make the best 5-card hand and the best 2-card hand. House has to beat both, otherwise it's push.
so why don't they just?
That
It's
sounds like the
easy.
game. That sounds like the game Barney was playing in the Chinese
Right?
casino.
Guess where the
Like,
jelly bean is.
No, I got this. I understand this game now.
Jelly bean, by the way.
Whatever.
Split your chips.
Let's go play Pai Gow.
Jelly beans on the right.
So you really have never known how to play craps until now?
Not like effectively, but like
Okay,
I-
like, I don't understand the pass line and all that BS, but
I
like
learned all that. So
you roll the point, you try to match the point without crapping out. That's like the basics.
yeah,
of the
there's
game.
there's like you can either be the good guy player and like bet with the player, or even you could bet
Yeah.
against the player, which is even
which
more
is
fun.
bad mojo and
Oh yeah, dude,
Yeah.
you watch people at a table turn on you so quickly when you're like, I'm gonna go for the not pass line, and you just watch everybody like,
Yeah, how dare you play a game? So annoying.
well, craps is the one game in the casino that feels like it's a team sport. like you're all like rooting for the same thing to happen. So like if you ever walk through a casino and you see a big group around a craps table, it is like people having a good time because they're all on the same side.
Oh, dude, it's
unless you have the one guy that like ruins it. You know what I mean? Which I understand them saying that in quotes.
That explains a lot of movies.
Is it? Yeah, I was gonna say, is it required legally to say Papa needs a new pair of shoes before you throw the dice?
No.
No, you
And
had to have a girl
dinner.
blow on the dice before you
Yeah.
throw them. Like
She
that's
definitely
Didn't see
blow
a
on the
single
dice.
person blow on the dice, but the rituals that some of these people perform, like manipulating
like which
the
dice are up when they have it.
Exactly. Like
yeah.
I won't touch that dice. Like you need to hand me a new dice. Like just it's insane.
Yeah. Craps is fun though. It's also the best odds in the house by a good margin.
Not when I'm betting against you.
Player.
Screw
Yeah.
you.
When I bet against you, then you're screwed.
All right, Jacob, what have you been playing, man?
Oh man. Okay. To start off, I've been playing Parcel Simulator, which is basically you're an indentured servant in 2065, and your job is to look at packages and make sure they go to the correct place. It's like Papers, Please.
I was just gonna say this sounds like Papers, Please.
It's like Papers, Please, except at your kind of own pace. There's a truck door that opens up, and you go in and you get the parcels out, and then you look at them and make sure they weigh enough, and make sure the stamps on them correct, and then you put them through the right loading door.
Okay.
Towards the end of it, there is some automation that can happen, and so the last day I did 365 packages, all because it's all automated. But it ends up being a logistics game, which I love. I love logistics, and so it just
I gotta understand the thought process. Okay, you're in the middle of playing Silk Song. You love Silk Song. There is a list of 30-something games that comes out every week, and you come across the title of a game called Parcel Simulator, and you're like, "Buy, that's the one I want."
There's another one that's coming out that's like Cardboard Box Simulator or something. It's basically it's Parcel Simulator, but from the UPS standpoint. So you're in the store, and then you have to like package people's things and then do all the stuff with the computer and then send it on its way. And again, it ends up being automated, and so it's another logistics thing.
That one actually sounds more fun.
So
Like I'm just gonna ruin your package.
What if those two like came together? Like like,
That's the deluxe bundle, sir.
That's the ultimate video game, bro. We couldn't
It
handle
should
it.
make sense. It would make sense. Another game that I'm playing.
At least that's the last simulator game you're playing this week, right?
No.
What?
The other one I'm playing is Cash Cleaner Simulator, which could have just been Cash Cleaner, and it would have made sense. But again, you are you've lost your memory. You've been kidnapped. I don't know. No one knows what year it is or anything.
Some pretty serious stakes here in Cash Cleaner
You are
Simulator.
you are apparently you were part of a global enterprise, and you were on a team somewhere, and you found out there was a traitor among your ranks, and you killed him. But killing people was against your corporate policy, and so they erased your memories, and now you work for servitude cleaning black market money.
I love that. Like it has to be a corporate policy to not murder someone.
Yeah, so it's a little crazy, but so your debt is $1 million, and so you have to clean. When you have money come in, you can clean so much, but sometimes they send you extra money or too much money are sent in, and so when you have to send their money back, you don't have to send it all, and so you're kind of counting, dollars here, tens here, whatever, trying to
So it's a
earn
skimming
back
simulator.
kind of. But the game is very I don't even not punkish.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. Jake's wife just posted and said Jake finds the weirdest games.
Pickle clicker. Anyway,
I've seen that movie.
But it's there's graffiti on the walls. There's a lot of crazy things going on. You're shown as a guy in a gas mask with a hat backwards and stuff. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. The game is rather silly. And lastly, Silk Song.
Great transition. Lastly,
the normal one.
Saving the worst for last,
Well, I am probably 40 hours into this game.
Oh my God.
Me and my kid are comparing notes as to where we've gone, who we fought, and what items we have, because we're going two different directions, but ending up at the same place. And so he's finding things that I haven't found yet, and then I'm finding things that he hasn't found. One of the characters died in his game, but not in mine. And then I went back and did something, and then my character died. And so there's stories that are happening at different times, but they're all triggered events that have to happen after a certain point. And so he's doing things at a different scale than I am, and then I'm either playing catch up or he's catching up to me. It's very weird. But there's no way I can understand why now the speed run for this game to beat it is 5 hours, and the 100% completion award is 30 hours. Because I could not imagine trying to 100% this game any faster.
Glitches.
I have not found the only glitch that I have found to get into places that you cannot reach yet is to die in a certain area that allows your cocoon silk to be there so that you can come back and use your down attack to bounce higher to get into places that you would need a double jump or a grappling hook to get into.
Oh, interesting.
So other than that, I don't think there's any other faster ways other than the map is beautiful. There's 2 ways to get into everything. And as you're exploring, you might find one and someone else might find another one. And so you're in the same place. But like there's one map that called the Mist. It's a very mysterious place in the game. And then I found one way into well, it's what's the woods in Ocarina of Time.
Lost Woods?
Yeah, the Lost Woods. It's that map.
Oh.
But in Silksong, and it's dangerous. But
so don't go alone.
But I found one way in there, and my kid found another way in there, and we still haven't found each other's path in there because I think they get closed off or something, but the map completely disappears once you're done with it. If you go back in there, you automatically go to the end.
Oh, really?
That's crazy. But yeah.
That's cool. So you're clearly still digging this game.
I'm still like I am at the very end. I have, I think, one more boss to fight because my kid has beaten it and we're at the same spot. So I know that I have the final boss to beat, but there's still there's so many other things that I haven't done yet. There's still doors that need to be opened. There's still keys that need to be found.
Can't you go back and do that after you beat the boss? Are you like, if
Maybe?
I beat the boss, I'm not gonna feel like
I don't know. I have no idea. I remember I think Hollow Knight ended. And so I don't want to end the game yet. I want to go back and find the stuff.
Okay.
I don't think I quite realize how large these Hollow Knight games are.
I didn't finish Hollow Knight, but that was a insanely massive game for a $15 game at the time.
Oh yeah.
I expected it to be a cute little, 2D gear-gated game, and it just kept going and going and going. And then when you die, it was not forgiving to go back to the spot that you were at. You had to go through sometimes 2 biomes to get back to where you were. It was rough. Great game though.
Silksong is following in his footsteps.
All right, Zach, what about you, man?
I played Fear the Spotlight.
I am curious about this one.
This is the first Bloomhouse game release from developer Cozy Games Pals. I thought it's it's like a 4 hour horror game.
Mm-hmm.
But it has a very striking PS1 kind of aesthetic. But you have camera control and there's voice acting, so it's kind of discordant in that way, but it's nice. And it's about these 2 teenage girls. They break into their school at night so they can do a seance in the library because a couple decades ago there was a school fire and a bunch of kids died, so they want to commune with the spirits, but then they accidentally get sent to like a haunted version of the school. And then,
Silent Hill-esque.
Yeah, Silent Hill-esque. And I mean, you're also being pursued by Spotlight Head, for instance.
Get out. Is that really his name?
I mean, as far as I know, it's just a guy with a spotlight for a head.
I guess Pyramid Head was not actually referred to as Pyramid Head in the game, right? We just all called him Pyramid Head.
I think he was Red Pyramid Thing or something like that.
Is that really his actual name?
Something like that. But
I gotta look that up.
Regardless, it's kind of a stealth-focused game. There's no combat or anything. You're just sneaking around doing puzzles in the school and uncovering the mystery of what happened to the kids and the fire and stuff. But I thought it was very good, actually. It's sort of a intro to horror game since the stakes aren't too high when it comes to, like, the only thing you ever have to do is stay out of Spotlight Head's vision cones, which are very brightly lit. And then you're solving some puzzles. Sometimes you have to solve the puzzles while sneaking around, which has a little bit of attention.
So you got to try to solve the puzzle and then run away from the spotlight and then come back and try to solve the puzzle more, like that.
Yeah,
kind of situation?
or like do something on the west side of the building while he's pursuing, and hopefully you get the stuff done. You got to get there before you have to go sneak to the other side,
Okay.
etc. But it's just very playable, very fun. The everything about the aesthetic presentation is so strong that it really pulls you in. And then I really thought the lead characters were really great, and they have a good story together. And I like the mystery of the school. And $20 I feel like for a 3-4 hour horror game is probably a tough sell for a lot of people. But if you can get it on sale like I did, it's definitely well worth it. I thought it was just very cozy, which I guess is appropriate since the developer's called Cozy Game Pals. And then they have a very neat trick they pull halfway through the game that I was quite happy to see.
Make 4 to 6 hour games cool again.
Absolutely, yeah. I would not have been upset paying $20, but I know I feel like in the modern world you got to warn people about short games,
right?
Yeah.
What's the one that's out now? It's like $30 and it's like 2 hours long. The Flower Developer, is it that video game company's latest game? Or what are they called?
You're talking about Sword of the Sea?
Is that what it's called, Sword of the Sea?
Yeah, but it's not from that game company though.
It's not?
No.
Oh.
Does that game company even exist anymore?
I don't know. I just thought maybe I just was hearing everybody describe it as it was flower-like. I just kind of thought it was the same developer.
Which game company are we talking about?
It's called That Game Company. It's the actual name of the game.
Well, I just hear Seed, and I was like, wait, Seed still exists?
That game company might have made Sky Children of Light.
Okay.
If I remember correctly. That might be their game right now.
Maybe.
Either way, I just want to play some spooky games as we approach spooky season.
We doing Dead Space 3?
We should.
We should.
Let's have no excuses this time, huh?
We said that last year.
But since the beginning of October this year is going to be very much taken up by a non-horror game, I figured I had to get in my horror games a little early this year.
All right. Fair enough. All right. Well, there's the games we've been catching up on. Let's go ahead now and jump into the week's news.
Wait. So yeah, Pyramid Head was coined by the fan base, and the developers called him Red Pyramid Thing.
See, I was right.
So
right.
I'm pretty sure James at some point or at some memo says like that Red Pyramid Thing in the original game.
I remember him being red. Was he red?
His head never looked red to me either, but it's literally Red Pyramid Thing.
All right.
Unless like CB,
it's hard to see colors in the dark.
Yes, I was too busy running away. I could never get a good look.
Oh, he is red. Oh.
All right, can we go to the news now?
Sure.
If you head over to thegamingauthor.com, you can find all kinds of news stories that my news team is cooking up. We got Swan Song, a puzzle game coming to PC and Steam. No date for sure on that one. Folly of the Wizards coming to PC, Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation on September 19th. And Tales of Candleforth, a folk horror point-and-click adventure, which is available now on PC and PS5. If you'd like to see some write-ups on that, head over to our website. Also, Xbox is raising its U.S. prices again. PlayStation has quietly reduced the hard drive space in PS5. And Tencent is firing back at PlayStation. CB, which story would you like to talk about?
First off, I want to say, Scott, you always say, like, man, nothing but bad news. And I'm like, yeah, it's more. I come back, it's just bad news. Everything's bad news.
Well, only when you're
I want
here.
to point out the fact that he said my news team. It's not our news team anymore. It's his news team.
Oh my God!
Well, we're just the Gaming Outsider.
Scott Clark and the Gaming Outsider strikes again.
Hey, you wanna go like train them how to do stuff, and you wanna organize that? You can call it your news team. It's my news team.
Okay, fair enough. I don't want to train.
Sorry, it slipped up.
So I kind of want to talk about this Tencent thing.
I am shocked.
Shocked. Oh, don't worry.
He doesn't want to talk about the negative Xbox story, but go ahead.
Oh, because when we get to those, I'll dunk on both those two. Mostly because when I first read the story, I immediately thought of a property that is not listed in here.
Okay.
So Sony sued Tencent over Horizon likeness with light of I I can never say this.
Motrim?
It's not Motrim.
Motrim.
The light of Motrim.
Motirum.
Saying it was like a little too close to the property.
Little.
Hang on. We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there. Slow your roll, man. Stop yelling at clouds. Sony alleged Tencent. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Sony alleged Tencent had asked to collaborate with the Horizon IP prior to this game's unveiling. Tencent Games Horizon was never all that original to begin with, and Sony is simply trying to monopolize on old sci-fi tropes. The company said Sony complaint tellingly ignores these facts. Instead, it tries to transform ubiquitous genre ingredients into proprietary assets by sending over an unreleased project that merely employs the same time-honored tropes embraced by scores of other games released before and after Horizon, like Enslaved, The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Far Cry Primal, Far Cry New Dawn, Outer Wilds, Biomutant, and many more. Sony seeks impermissible monopoly on genre conventions. First off, the moment I started reading the story, I thought of a movie that like wildly kind of reminds me of Horizon. In a bit. No, Logan's Run.
Never seen it.
God, I'm old.
No, nor I.
Isn't there a remake of that coming out?
Yes, there is, and I'm excited for it because Logan's Run is actually a really good movie.
No, that's Running Man.
Running Man.
Yeah, also, I'm excited for that one.
I mean, it has Run in the title. I'm not...
Yes.
Right. So basically the same property then.
Yeah.
But I get where Tencent's coming from over the fact that there's a lot of sci-fi tropes that are in everything. Granted, yes, their game does look very, very similar to Horizon. I mean, it's 6 of one, 5 of another. Just
that's not the saying, man.
No numbers. Well, one side is clearly going to win. That's why I said it that way.
Is that the 5 side or the 6?
The 6 side wins. Bigger numbers always win.
6.
Leave me in my weird sayings alone. Okay?
We gotta get you a book of Proverbs or something.
This makes it gotta go.
Thank you, because I also watched that movie this week. Do I think that Tencent has a leg to stand on? Absolutely not. Because the game does look very similar. I mean, Nintendo won a court case for throwing balls that catch things.
I mean, I feel like that's apples and oranges a little bit.
But that's the problem is, like, when somebody wins a lawsuit over something that minute, when you sit here and look at a game like this game looks awfully familiar, I'm willing to bet Tencent is going to lose this.
I have a hard time buying that Horizon was stealing something from the properties. Why? Because it had dinosaurs.
Mechanical dinosaurs.
So not to throw anything out there, but Ark Survival Evolved had robot dinosaurs before Horizon.
Sure.
There's plenty of other things too. Like you could just say like anything that has an animatronic park had
Chuck E. Cheese. It was Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese did it first, bro.
I don't mean like animatronic dinosaurs. I mean like actual robot-esque looking dinosaurs. Like creatures that were robotic in nature, also in form.
I do think the wrinkle of Tencent asking a pretty strong case that, well, when you said no, they were just like, well, I guess we'll just rip it off anyway. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on who owns the IP, right? If they own the IP, then
no, Sony owns. Sony owns the IP. Tencent asked to work with it. Sony said no, and then so Tencent made their own version of Horizon.
So that makes it okay because they asked to.
No,
do it
I'm saying that it makes it okay for Sony to perhaps win.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that was helping Tencent's case.
No, it's helping Sony's case.
Yeah. I was going to say.
Sorry if I misspoke.
I want to play this this game
No,
though, to see how similar it is.
Have you
Because
seen screenshots.
no,
Well-
I've seen screenshots, but I want to see like the actual gameplay. Like, how does it play? Because you can get away with like parity. Like I can't remember the exact percentage, but like if something is even like this close, you can get it by as like parody.
So
Or in the likeness of.
So I have this game on my Steam wish list, and it is a survival game with robot dinosaurs in it, and there are still living creatures there, and you can tame the living creatures to survive longer in the area. It's kind of like a combination of Ark and Horizon, just at different sets, different times maybe. But it's a farm simulator with giant robot creatures. I wouldn't even call them all dinosaurs. Like one of the big ones they show is a giant bull. So
Yeah. And see, that's another thing. It's like, okay, like story wise, like is the story that close that like,
I don't know anything about the story. I can't speak to that, but
yeah.
I mean, the key art in the PlayStation Store looks like it's intentionally trying to confuse you.
yeah, like one of the what were those like movie titles that they used to have, like Transmorphers?
Yeah.
They'd be in the red
thing.
box.
Yeah.
What was that studio called that would do those?
There's
I
a
don't know.
bunch of studios that do that.
But there
see,
was
that's
one
the
in
thing.
particular that was notorious for making those movies that like looked so much like the original movie, like, and they just like tweaked the name a little bit. They were clearly like preying on the people that didn't know which one was which, and just hoping for those accidental purchases or rentals.
Hope for Grandma to pick up the movies that weekend.
Exactly.
Oh, I mean, when like if you went and took them to court, like that didn't go anywhere. So like I have a feeling Sony's going to win this in the end, but I think Tencent has a fight. Like they could would legitimately like just walk up like, okay, don't do it again.
It would just be like just to try to get some of their lawyer money, right? Like,
But-
got to spend money on lawyers.
but okay, even if Tencent loses and they still want to push this game out, all they have to do is reskin the creatures. Like they just make them look like other creatures. Like that's it. Like really, they're really gonna? I mean, this is the Pokemon argument with Pal Worlds all over again.
Yeah.
Like you're suing over an idea that is so basic and so redone over and over and over again that it like the other people shouldn't be trying to even defend it. There's no reason to.
Are you
like-
saying that Pal World should not have been an issue?
Yeah.
Well, it should have been.
Absolutely. Should
Pal
have been-
Worlds is its own identity. It's its own thing, and for the simple fact that Nintendo goes, okay, well, throwing a ball is rude.
I think it was more than throwing the ball, man.
They're not suing over anything else.
That was the biggest
it's the
hinge point
ball,
in that case.
It's the ball, it's the flying mechanics, and it's how they were summoned.
I feel like the
And-
bigger issue, at least from what I saw, was how
Nope.
It's
There's
hard-
no other.
similarly the
There's
characters
no
watched-
other. There's no other things under debate in that court case other than those three things that Nintendo.
no, I
thinks
believe
they
you.
own.
I'm not saying I don't believe you, and that's fine.
I got bored and I watched some of the like some of the stuff that they released about it and everything. At no point in time was there likeness rights about the monsters. It literally all came down to the ball throwing mechanic.
Yeah.
So baseball games are not allowed anymore, or
Well,
It's the.
I don't
it's
think
the-
baseball's catch monsters.
Well, that's
What the hell's
why-
going on
that's
in
why-
baseball these days? I haven't kept up. But it's
That is-
changed.
That is why
It's-
Pal World had to change how it summoned its creatures because you took the ball, threw it out there, and a monster was summoned. And Pokemon said that it is too close to our summoning mechanic, so you have to change it.
which is funny.
So now, when that was, which was a strategical part of Pal Worlds to literally just throw your monster ahead of yourself to let them start the battle, and then you join. And now, when you summon one, it just pops next to you. There's no distance. There's no throwing. It's just there.
Plus a Palward, wasn't it like a puck?
Hmm?
Wasn't it like a puck? It wasn't
Mm-mm.
like an actual ball.
Oh no, it was a ball.
Okay. I didn't play
was it
Palworld.
red and white?
No, they were solid colors. They were the same colors of the materials that you grabbed, but I mean, it was still a ball. And
Okay.
so that's what Nintendo's problem was. Oh, this is way too close to Pokemon, but there's nothing else that they could. They were grasping for straws, and they're still grasping for straws.
And if Sony wants to get so like up in arms about like, oh, these robot monster things in the far future where everything's barren, the 90 movie, there's a 90s movie with Peter Weller, Screamers. Same thing. Fighting robot monsters, man.
Sure, there's probably no original idea left in the world, really, right?
No, it's just a rehashing of like everything.
Or even you might come up with something original, not know that 45 years ago somebody did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or you
There's just too much stuff.
You try to remake something to do a really bad job of it, like that new Anaconda movie.
You haven't seen it.
Dude, don't see the trailer. It's so bad. It's so bad.
I think it looks great.
I think you're an idiot.
It couldn't be any worse than the original Anaconda.
Oh no, it's
that's the point.
Far worse.
Oh god, it's coming after me.
I think it's a clever way to spin that movie, but let's move on.
Let's move on.
Jake, what story you want to talk about?
Can we smash those two together? I feel like they're going
It's
to
the
the
same thing,
place.
just a different skin.
Right.
Sure.
Oh, careful,
Okay.
Sony might sue.
All right, so Xbox is raising the U.S. prices again. This will be the second time the prices are raised this year due to tariff policies. Prices are only affecting the hardware this time. The prices are going up from $20 to $70 depending on the unit. Low-end Series S is now $400, where it was $380, and standard issue is now $650, where it was $600. I don't know if we should just jump right into the other one, but like,
Well, hang on.
The other one.
Is anybody else like just putting a fan on their Xbox now at this point? Like just like pointing a desk fan just like to be, because if mine dies, I'm gonna go pay $600, $650 for a new one.
versus the $600. I mean, is it?
Well, I mean,
is
I would have been
is $50 such a leap?
Hey, $50 is $50, man.
That's for some people. That's a take gas, man.
That's at least the difference of a game you buy with your game.
For those people who are betting their tank of gas on buying an Xbox Series, buy
Yeah.
tank of gas.
That's like
go
two
to work.
man. It's like two songs.
Careful, Scott. Careful. Careful.
So-
We'll go get
You
we'll
were
get
so
that later.
hard-pressed for
I
money.
was
You
joking.
cannot spend the $50 to go up. You shouldn't be buying a new Xbox.
I don't want to spend the $600 at all.
Okay.
But like
Okay,
I've
so
had
you
mine
don't. You
since
just
long.
don't buy. You just don't buy another Xbox. That's
Financial
the argument, though.
responsibility aside, people will still pay buku dollars for their consoles. I'm just worried that the road that we're going down. Not touching that one with
Good-
a 10-foot pole.
Good comment from Aaron Plays. Jake saying "go to work" is ironic AF.
I mean, come on, he has been working pretty hard the last 3 weeks, but
There you go, dude. Couple weeks a year, man. This guy hits the gravel.
Wow. Now I see what our community thinks of us, or at least me.
I'm more worried that the fact that like we're creeping closer and closer to that $1,000 console.
dude,
It's just accelerating so quickly, right?
yeah,
Because
Yes.
this console was $550 in April.
Well, and here's the thing: like it's not like these are new consoles either. Like we're pretty far into this generation.
yeah. What is that? So what is that going to mean?
No.
Then the price of the new console is going to be.
I have my conspiracy theory. Like put on your tinfoil hats, kids. I have a feeling they're testing the market for the next console generation to be like, how far can we push this before people will be like, I'm not going to buy it.
I mean,
Because some of these price changes right now feel so arbitrary that they're just like, oh yeah, the tariffs that we talked about like a month ago. Oh, the tariffs are so bad, bro. We got to raise the prices again. So just be warned, the price is going to go up again.
I'm just
It isn't-
saying, like, if this thing if the next generation goes to like $800, $1,000 for a console,
I think it's
I'm out,
made
dude.
1,000.
I'm sorry. I know it, and I'm saying now I'm probably be a hypocrite. I'll figure it out or whatever. I am fine with the consoles that I've got for as little
well,
time
here's
as I have to play them. I'm not putting
Mm-mm.
$1,000 into a console.
Nope. No, you will not be fine. We've been pushing digital for so long. I'm willing to bet if they see that people aren't buying the new consoles, they're going to be like, sorry, we're shutting down the servers for the old stuff.
I
And
think
half,
I don't think so.
I
dude.
think-
Way.
there's
No,
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 way, dude.
You would never be able to win back brand goodwill again if you did something like that.
you're still
Yes.
going to buy it.
No, I would not.
I would not either.
You
In
say
the,
that now.
in the
I got my
immortal
Nintendo.
words of
I'm not going to be
Bob,
extorted.
the people that sit here and spend $70 to $80 for the same reskin sports game every year. People as a whole are willing to be extorted, unfortunately, and I think these companies are taking like wide leaps to see how far they can push.
That's quite a push, man. Like that is.
That's why I said put your tinfoil hats on, but that's just my thought process.
I mean,
Right, so I'll put the tinfoil hat back down, and let's just talk about well, I think it'd be kind of a challenge to charge $800 for an Xbox or PlayStation anyway, just because like they still make PS4 games.
Yeah,
right. Like, what's my? Just as I mean, games they're pretty right now.
Or what it's going to be is they're going to be like next console generation is going to be $999. Still,
you know what? That happens. It is catch up time from previous generations, guys.
Right.
I'm going to go back to my 360 catalog. I got a whole bunch of stuff. Dude. Like seriously, there's no way. I understand that gaming is a luxury hobby, if you will. And somebody actually had a comment just a second ago here. Actually, it was Aaron. He said, "Wait, the ROG Xbox Ally X is definitely going to be $1,000 at this point." I think you were lowballing that number, sir. That thing is coming out in like a month, right?
No,
a month.
The bottom tier will be $1,000.
Yes, the bottom tier will be.
You want the higher
$1,400.
Oh yeah,
$1,400 easy, and it's gonna be that Apple VR goggle thing all over again, where it's really cool. It's got cool technology, but nobody's ponying up that much money for that kind of a thing. And what's funny to me is all the people that complained about how expensive the Switch 2 was. There's no way I'm paying $550 for a gaming console. If the next generation or this ROG Xbox Ally X goes for $1,400 and it's like impossible to find one, I give up on humanity. Like I give up. No one is you can't complain about the economy. You can't complain about the price of eggs. You can't complain about this.
The people buying a $1,400 portable handheld are not the same people who are struggling to buy eggs.
Yes, they are. They absolutely are. I unfortunately work in a field where I have to go into people's homes sometimes and seeing the state in which some people live and seeing the fact that there's a giant TV and a video game console, but the rest of the house, like literally there's like a lawn chair in their living room. I think you are absolutely wrong because I've seen it on more than one occasion.
All right, I think you're wrong.
I would say the same thing, but most of the houses I see are near empty.
You're a realtor, man. That's different.
It's very sad. It's very sad to see though the fact that there are some people who like literally I've had conversations with people like I don't have enough money to buy food or the medicine that I need to live, but I'm gonna buy that new Madden, bro.
I mean, that's
a classic escapism, right? Yeah.
Discussion for a completely different time, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's just like when a recession hits, movie tickets go up. Like people need escapes. I get it.
No, this is the absolute right time to be having conversations similar to this because once again, we're seeing companies raise their prices when this is the first console generation that the console is going to be more expensive at the end of the generation than it did when it started.
Finally, the early adopter is rewarded.
Yeah, right? Someone was having that conversation on Facebook. Like, yeah, it's weird, being on the good end of that instead of the other way around. We're like usually like, oh, I tried this out first. My console red bricked or whatever. Red brick.
Yes, it's now. Well, whole Xbox is just going to turn red. It's a red brick now. That plastic has color changing properties.
All right, let's move on to the second half of this story because this is, like you said, these are kind of
scummy. This one's
Zach, you want to take this?
Sure. PlayStation has quietly released 5 console has been reduced from 1 terabyte to 825 gigabytes without a public word shared. Just if you walked into a store, the box was different now. The hardware is now the standard across Europe, and it's said to combat the need for a price raise, which seems not
175 cool. Gig.
I mean, I don't know how much hard drive space costs, but it doesn't seem cool when like Call of Duty is 200 gigs. You know,
No,
because the A25 is not A25; it's really like 700 after the internal operating system stuff. So you're gonna have like, and if you keep up with the modern, pretty big games, you could have like 3 or 4 installed at once. If that's crazy.
Yeah, this feels like a way to again squeeze people over the fact that, like, oh, well, you could just buy an external.
Well, okay, so you have one company that's just upping their prices to keep up with the increasing prices, and you have another one that's lowering their quality to keep the price the same. Right. So either way, the consumer is getting hit. I wouldn't, two companies dealing with the problem at the same time.
I wouldn't say so much lowering the quality. It's more of you're lowering the quantity because you're getting less for what you paid for.
Well, yeah, but as a whole, the system quality is lower. Like, I have a 1 terabyte PS5. Somebody who's buying now is not gonna have the same value out of their.
You're getting a lower quality product, yeah.
But that's to keep their prices relatively the same. They could be doing the same thing and upping their prices to keep the terabyte, but then we'd be having the same conversation about Xbox with PlayStation.
Why do you think they're just doing it to the digital version because the physical one outsells it 3 to 1 or whatever it was? Is it just because it's less popular, they feel like you get less heat?
Maybe instead of keeping the quality of the same thing and outputting that much money, making the same model over and over again, they're lowering the unpopular one because not many people buy it. So they're saving money by not putting the same stuff in there.
Just make them more, yeah, fair enough.
But leaving the price the same just feels bad.
Well,
I think that is a good word for it. But yeah, they could keep the same terabytes but up the price. So
I don't know. I think the scummier thing is just like not making it known, like just releasing it and not saying anything. Like just, we're gonna mark it on the box. That's this now instead. But
well, I mean, it's a pretty easy to ignore controversy these days if you just don't give it any attention. It turns out,
yeah. Well, but I mean, it ended up on our feed, so
that's right. Nothing escapes me.
Right.
I mean, at the current size of,
you should be on the news team, Zach. My news team.
At the current size, though, of like modern
news
games,
team, assemble
games. But it's.
I feel like if you download that Call of Duty app that has all the games in one or whatever, that is just a hard drive right there.
Yeah, right. Well, for some people, that's fine. That's all they need, right?
Or,
right.
Like, it's a quiet way for them to like, hey, you should get our gaming service because then you can just download and delete games whenever you want.
You could just stream them, right? You don't even need to use that hard drive.
Yeah.
And having an external actually impacts gameplay depending on the type of external you get. So now it's up to you to figure out what kind of quality you want in your external outside of.
Does it affect load times or frame rates? Or
it affects load times because depending on the type of hard drive that you get, the data transfer across is like it's wildly different.
Sure, I remember Mark Cerny talking about the SSD for 45 minutes. Yeah, I remember.
It's called read and write speed, and it can vary drastically depending on which one you get.
Yeah, I found that out when I built my Plex server. bought a cheap hard drive, and I'm like, man, these movies are real laggy. And I was like, I found that out the wrong way.
I just don't want to use external hard drive. It just feels so dangerously close to being a PC at that point. I don't want to have to do anything.
These are PC, like they're straight up PCs.
I know, but right now I could just put a disc in and it goes. That's great. That's all I want.
2 years ago, when Xbox was saying that they were going to build a series that had replaceable parts inside of it, so you could just upgrade the part rather than the whole system. It's a PC at that point. Yeah, and it's made by Microsoft. Who knew?
It's surprisingly easy to change parts on the Series X if you open those things up.
With a hammer.
I'm not doing that now. I'm not taking any chances. Drop another 650 if I screwed that up. It's not happening.
You probably get a Series S through some weird deal for a couple of.
You think I'm going to go down to a Series S after having an X for this entire cycle?
Hey, as a Series S guy, don't do it.
Yeah, see,
they're getting rough, Man,
now I gotta sit here and start checking Facebook.
Just get one
Marketplace
of
for,
the
like
back
Series X
just
in
in
case mine dies.
I have to get a 9-year warranty on my next one. So, it's just all right. Dude, the new games we've been playing. I want to remind everybody about the Hollywood Outsider Gaming Outsider Cruise, July 26th. There's info in the show notes for that if you'd like to get some info on that. Also, we are down to the wire for R2V2, October 11th, 2025, just a few weeks away. Please come out. It's only $10 for the con, $10 for the concert, 15 for both. We would love it if you guys came out. It's going to be awesome. Bottom line, you're going to get a $10 bag of coffee for your ticket just for coming. So it's going to be awesome.
Not to go.
You can't.
Stupid not to go.
It's going to be fantastic. 30-plus arcade cabinets, concert with 4 bands. We got vendors selling video games, video game competitions, cosplay competitions, rock band karaoke. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Aaron. It's going to be awesome. And
This thing sounds pretty cool.
it does sound pretty
Where
cool.
can I get my ticket?
You can get your ticket right now over at r2v22025.eventbrite.com. Or if you'd like to learn more about everything that's going to be there, you go over to thegamingoutsider.com/R2V2. Again, r2v22025.eventbrite.com for tickets. Hope to see you guys there. And now let's go ahead and jump into the new games that we play. All right, Zach, let's hear about this this game that's going to take over your October, apparently, here pretty soon.
Oh, sure thing. But starting off first step, on September 26th, we have Atelier Resleriana. Resleriana. The Red Alchemist and the White Guardians on PS5, Switch, and PC. On the same day, we have EA Sports FC 26 on everything but the original Switch. Hotel Barcelona, was that a team up between Swery and Suda?
Yeah.
A real roguelike coming to PS5, Xbox Series consoles, and PC. NBA Bounce makes its way to everything but Switch 2 on the same day. And then Pac-Man World 2 Repack makes its way down to every console that's out right now. So if you like your 3D platformers, you get all of the edition. This is the VR game from last year, now sans VR. Go to PS5, Xbox Series consoles, and PC. Final Fantasy Tactics: The Evilist Chronicles comes to every console under the sun. Lego Party is a Lego version of the famed Mario franchise. What are you doing, Jake? What are you laughing for?
I love how you used to just ramble all of these off, and it was like watching an auctioneer, and they're just like every console under the sun.
Well, it's just when you have them all, you have them all. Anyway, Lego Party, because there's PS5, PS4, Xbox Series consoles, Xbox One, Switch, PC. Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny comes to PS5, Xbox Series console, Switch, and PC. Godzilla Kong Titan Chasers comes to PC. Probably won't be as good as the Kong Gear game. Survivor Instinct, right?
Survivor Instinct, yep.
Yeah. And then October 2nd, we have Ghost of Yotei coming out on PS5, Super Mario Galaxy plus Super Mario Galaxy 2 coming out on Nintendo Switch, and then Candy Rangers comes to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series consoles, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. CB, what's this game on this list you were talking about earlier?
Ghost of Yotei.
Yeah. Oh, it is
Is
Yotei.
it
Is it Yotei?
I thought it was Yotei.
I can't remember. Doesn't matter.
Yotei, potato.
They would agree, but yeah. What about you, Scott?
Man, this is really tough. This is really tough.
Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Blink.
Who apparently is one of my former students, and I don't know his or her screen name. So please let us know.
I know they're alive. They survived your class.
Scott, are you really about to say Super Mario Galaxy?
Yes, dude. I am so stoked to play Super Mario Galaxy 2 again. I actually bought a Switch so that I could play that again. I'm sorry. I bought a Wii so I could go back and replay Super Mario Galaxy 2, and it's really freaking hard to find that game. So
just borrow it.
Right.
Yeah.
He wants it.
See, here's the thing. He's had access to this game, but he's just like, it's. I guess it's not that important. You're gonna buy this game. You're gonna play it for like 15 minutes and then put it.
No, I mean honestly, Ghosts of Yote is probably the bigger draw here, just because that first game was so fantastic. It was I think our collective game of the year. And it was like it was the first year where we had a collective game of the year and nobody argued it. I was like, yep, that's the game of the year.
It's pretty great game.
I'm just very excited to see what they do. I hope that this game is awesome and as condensed as the first one. The first one was an open world, but it felt manageable. You know what I mean? It didn't ever feel overwhelming like I did with Assassin's Creed Shadows.
The director actually said it's about the same size.
Perfect.
I was actually looking at Godzilla Kong Titan Chasers until
it's an app game coming over to PC. Yep, that's right.
I will go nap. I will play it when I'm trying to go to sleep and fall asleep while playing that. Honestly, I was looking at Pac-Man World 2 Repack.
Yeah.
The list is looking a little empty for me though.
I feel you on Godzilla X Kong because you already know I love the G-Man, and I saw that, click the trailer, and I'm like immediately no.
Nope.
Well, if only Ghost of Yote was named Samurai Simulator, then you might have tried it out.
I mean, I might still try it.
I'm with Scott CB. Ghost of Yote all the way. Samurai Galaxy looks great. I'll play those up. Ghost of Yote.
I feel like I'm gonna wait for that one for Christmas.
Yeah.
Like I want to play it right now, but I feel like I'm gonna wait.
You don't need to rush, especially when there's so many games out right now.
Wouldn't that be considered your backlog?
For sure.
But
you're just buying a new version of an old game that you want to play.
It's the backlog. It's a backup to the backlog.
I mean, it's also two of the best 3D platforms ever made.
By the time I get around to it, there'll be another remake of it.
Probably. Yeah, it'll be some weird plus DLC where you go hang out with Rosaline in the park or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ghost of Yote, dude, looks so good. Yeah,
it does.
But in the meantime, I assume you're killing a lot of time with Puzzle Quest Immortal Edition.
What do you mean? What is this? Talking the guy that plays nothing but simulator games.
Puzzle Quest Immortal Edition, different from Puzzle Quest.
Okay, if I'm being completely direct, not a ton. At its core, Puzzle Quest is very, very similar. There are some subtle differences. There are some in-your-face differences. The biggest and most noticeable is the graphics. Everything is in 4K now. The characters have a lot more definition. You played it, right, Zach?
I assume everyone has played Puzzle Quest.
Okay, so you know how like on the map there were like the little characters that would be on the road, like on the way to something, and then you had to like fight them. Remember that?
Uh-huh.
Like those are animated now.
Oh, okay.
Like so, there's a little, and you can actually see what they are. They kind of look like blobs on the Xbox 360.
So they did put some work in, some money in. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Everything looks much more vibrant, but it still has those iconic sounds, like when you get a heroic effort, or you are victorious, like those voices and all that, and the sounds they make when you get 4 of a kind. It's just all is giving me flashbacks to 12 years ago.
Tasty.
But, yeah, but this game is very, very much the same. What they've changed gameplay wise, they have added a new character class. So there is now a character called a sword master, which I didn't try it. Here's the thing. I can't report on it. I was so excited to go and see all these classes that I know what they mean now after starting a D&D campaign with CB and Jacob and Kevin and Nate. So I was like, what? I know what a monk means now. So I went and I fired up and played as a monk, which is awesome. Number one, you still use a weapon, which was kind of defeats the purpose of being a monk. I thought I should.
Yeah, right. They're hand fighters.
Right.
They can use weapons in some cases.
Well, you don't have a choice. Well, I guess you know what? Now I want to go like unequip my weapon and see what happens.
They'd be like the Lockhart out there, man, just punching these things.
Oh my god! I wonder if I just like discovered like that was a thing like in Final Fantasy. They didn't tell you, right? Like if
Achievement unlocked.
Oh my
Right.
god! I gotta go. As soon as we're done, I'm gonna go try this.
He's dangerous and has arms.
He's so excited, this guy.
I am.
I can use my hands.
Scott finds out that when you unequip the weapon, he does more damage.
That's what I'm saying. That's what it was in like the original Final Fantasy. Like you, anyway, it is like slipping back into a warm bath. This game, because I put so much time and energy into this game back when it originally released, and it feels so good to go back in and still just have that rewarding, relaxing feeling of playing this match 3 puzzle game, but with the progression that I love. And now I understand how characters work a little bit more. It is so good. If you've never played Puzzle Quest before, it is absolutely worth your time and effort. It's normally $14.99. They actually sold it for $12 on like opening weekend. You might still be able to get it. I don't know for certain. Never played it. It is the gold standard of match 3 games. If you don't like match 3 games, if there ever was one that was going to make you like match 3 games, it's going to be this one. If you've played the original and you're not obsessed with it like I was, the benefits are mostly cosmetic. Like I said, there is a new class and all that. Although I will say, this just shows you how much Puzzle Quest I've played back in the day. I am recognizing AI differences, if you would believe it.
Whoa! All right.
So this is going to make
so it is a new version, I guess.
Oh my god, this is going to make me sound like such a Puzzle Quest nerd. But when I used to play,
Don't worry, the cat's out of the bag.
Shut up. When I played this game originally back in the day, the computer AI, when they would take its turn, would often favor certain matches instead of skulls. If you know how the game works, skulls do damage to your opponent, and your 4 matches and stuff don't. So it would always do the 4 matches before it would do the skulls. This time around, I have caught the computer. I don't know if it's slipping or if it's different AI, but it will actually go for those skull matches and leave 4s on the board. No, I have that backwards. In the old one, it would do the skulls, and it would leave that. And now it's actually doing the 4 matches before. Because I always remember, the computer's not smart enough to realize that they just missed a match 4. If you're not familiar
paint us a picture.
If you're not familiar with how Puzzle Quest works, Puzzle Quest is a match 3 game, but instead of just a traditional like Candy Crush style game, you are actually pitted up against an opponent that has their HP meter. You have an HP meter, and there are 4 different colors that act as your mana for 4 different types of elemental magic. Fire, actually not even fire. I think it's like wind, ice, I don't know, whatever. And you build up the mana, and then you're able to cast spells. You're able to do damage by matching skulls, which do damage to the opponent. And whoever drops down to 0 loses. You move on. So you defeat these enemies. You acquire experience. You acquire gold. You get to equip new weapons, just like an RPG. You get to learn spells that actually align to whatever class you're doing, which is awesome. You get to do cool things to manipulate the board. You get cool things to do direct damage to the enemy. You start learning good patterns of ways to do things in order to best use the skills to your best ability to put yourself in a defensive path, and it's awesome. So yeah. And the story's really great. The story's good.
You're giddy about
I am.
He is so giddy.
Guys, I don't know what it is. Like I don't even like put on a podcast or a TV show while I'm doing this. I am just like into this. It's just very relaxing, and it is so rewarding every time. Even if you die, you get experience and gold, and you just restart right where you left off. So there's never like any real, you're just constantly moving forward, and everything feels good. I just got to, I think I'm like level 14 or 15 already, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember the part where like you have to choose which faction you want to join in the big city. So you have to like go fight these knights, and they tell you, oh, you fight well, you should come join our faction. You have to pick which one you want, and it gives you like a bonus class or stuff like that. And then there's like bonus things in between where you can do these like full-on puzzles where like you have only a certain number of moves to make everything disappear, and those do extra items for you, and you talk to shopkeepers and you go in taverns and unlock things. Puzzle Quest Immortal Edition. It includes all the DLC from the original games as well, all for $15. I'm going to stop talking now.
I don't remember.
I never played it either, so that's like another thing I'm looking forward to. There were like 2 DLC packs that are actually included in this.
They did a bunch of these, right? They did like a Marvel one and like a space one.
I never played. There was a Marvel one, but I feel like that was free to play. I don't remember for certain. Puzzle Quest 2 actually was on mobile, but it was a straight up like buy the game, and it was another version of Puzzle Quest, and it was great. Puzzle Quest 3 was awful. I did not.
Did they go the Plants vs. Zombie 2 route of just ruining the game?
That's exactly what they did. Yeah. And what's funny is I bought Puzzle Quest 2 on my iPhone, and it's not there anymore. They just delisted it. So I paid for that game, and I can't play it anymore.
Oh, yeah. The dangers of digital.
Yeah. Even though it's downloaded?
Well, I mean, if I still had it on, it was on my old phone. You know what I mean? So like that was probably 2 phones ago, man. That's how long ago I played that.
You can't. I'm sure you could download it in your library listing, right?
Doesn't work that way, does it?
It does. Yeah. I downloaded an old game that's been delisted for years on my iPhone just a couple weeks ago.
Where do you? Okay, we're going to talk afterwards because if that's the case, I got really excited because I would love to go back and play that game.
We'll look into it for you, buddy.
Plus, that game was fun. They like did like an isometric view, so it almost felt like Puzzle Quest Diablo. Oh. It was really good.
I think it's so funny because you were like, "Well, have you ever played a Match 3 game before?" And I was like, "Yes, I've played Bejeweled on the Genesis."
Yeah, Bejeweled. It's the same concept. It's just they've taken it so many steps version, and it is great.
Oh, come on. Hexalogic was better.
Hexalogic was a hex. I was thinking of Hexic. That was on
HD, right? On 360.
Yeah,
360, right?
That's the one I'm thinking on it. Yeah, we got to like rotate the little.
That was a fun game. Very satisfying. Okay.
Speaking of fun games. Zach not being a fan of things. Zach, you've been playing the DLC to Assassin's Creed Shadows.
That's right. Claws of Awaji. I won't. The setup involves huge spoilers of the main game, so I won't get into that too much. Though I will just say the story of the DLC was lackluster. It is. There should be some very heavy emotional moments that they just skirt right past, and it's very weird. We're talking like there is payoff in this DLC of things that like they spent dozens of hours building up in the original base game, and then like they resolve it in 30 seconds. It's very disappointing.
Oh man.
Yeah. But the actual if you come to Shadows for the gameplay, I think you're going to be better served because they do some cool stuff here. For one thing, the main missions they force you to play Naoe and Yasuke more. Oh, okay. The main game had you choose a lot, and here in the DLC they take a lot more of that agency away from you, but it makes it far more interesting because you get to participate in both sides of the mission rather than picking and choosing. And it's pretty cool. It feels cinematic and pretty badass, and you see them actually be a team, which you weirdly don't see a lot of in the base game. So that's all very cool. And the actual setup of the island is you go to Awaji. It's a self-contained area. Most of what you're doing, like activity-wise, is the same as the base game. So like all the side quests and activities are the same. But the actual structure of it is you have to kill these 3 lieutenants in order to kill the big bad.
Yeah.
Right. Par for the course Assassin's Creed stuff. But what makes it interesting here that I had a lot of fun with was they each kind of control part of the map in unique ways. Like there's a samurai guy, and as long as he's alive, you haven't killed him yet, there'll be checkpoints on the road where they'll jump there. Well, these guards will notice you right away. About who you are. Mm-hmm. Or there's a shinobi that works for her, and she'll have her assassins, or well, I guess we gotta be careful with the word assassin in this context. She'll set up her ninjas they'll put like
way to make it awkward.
No, I meant because the assassins are the good guys in Assassin's Creed.
Oh, okay.
You made it awkward.
I thought you were making it awkward. I misread the room.
No.
My apologies.
Yeah. these Templar ninjas. They'll like put like traps in the forest, or they'll put like clotheslines in the road and knock you off your horse and then jump you with poison and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's harder to traverse. Or I don't know if anybody here's, I can't remember if anybody's played Shadows, but you have these scouts you can send out to scout out locations or pick up resources.
Yeah.
Yep.
When you use them, they'll know you're in that area, and all the patrols will be like doubled because of her. The third person you have to kill is a like information spy master. But so as you eliminate all of them, you make the game easier, because once they die, those things go away.
So does the reverse of what most games do, where they progressively get harder. This one starts out hard, and it gets a little bit easier, and you feel more powerful.
Like you're taking control of the island. Like you actually do feel like you're taking over the territory, which is super cool. And
cool.
There's even there's some good boss fights. There's a boss fight that is a stealth boss fight, which is it's very reminiscent of the fight against the end in Metal Gear Solid 3.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, it is very similar, where you have to like sneak up on this person and stab them, and then they move to a different location. It's not quite as intense as the end, but it's nice to see something so different in an Assassin's Creed.
Nice.
Boss
So
fight.
they have a little parrot.
Unfortunately, no. No, they have a Teppo
Shame.
rifle covered in leaves, like a ghillie suit, though.
That's cool.
Yeah, but it was neat. It's only I would say it's probably like 6-8 hours long or so. The narrative is disappointing. They're charging I think, a frankly absurd $25 for this. When the base game is like you can easily get 100 hours out of, and then you're asking people to pay $25 for max 8 hours more.
Yeah,
that feels wildly out of line with what you've offered before. Especially when like it's not like there's some hot new gameplay concepts. It's just kind of a remix of things before, right? It's
remember we complained about $10 DLC back in the day? $10.
Right. It's just Silk Song just came out. It's for $20. It's just but I know if you pre-ordered it, or if you have a physical copy, it's included. So
That's
I'm
true.
just saying, if you don't have that privilege, wait for a sale, I would say.
Okay.
Although, and also a little frustrating that they end some of those story notes in a $25 DLC, but I think that's just how they do it in Assassin's Creed Land now.
I mean, there's so much going on, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't think I've remember asking you. Did you actually finish the base game? I don't remember.
Yeah, you have to play the DLC.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So you could buy this $25 DLC
and you would
not
access
actually be able to play it.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
They let you know in the store description you have to beat it.
Okay. But I don't know if I asked
warning.
this. Is the real world stuff, is that interesting in that game? Because that's like you and I are like the dying breed of people that like that stuff.
I think
We're not a dying breed.
Oh, you're in that too? I thought
There was a huge article that just came out about it the other day. They're like, stop removing the modern day stuff. Like, there's a lot of people that are up in arms about that.
Okay.
But we are an ignored segment of the fan base currently. I heard Valhalla went really hard on it. But anyway, it's here, but it's weird. Like it's in these little like they're kind of like battle passes, but they're free. But as you do weekly challenges, you unlock a new Abstergo emails, and I'm so hard pressed for the modern day that I do them so I can read those emails.
Gotcha.
That's so I'm a sucker, I guess. But you don't pay any money for them. They're just a weird structure. I don't understand it, but it does. I guess it keeps me playing the game.
That's true.
So if that's the mission, it's not tricky. I'm not spending any money though. I don't know what the idea.
I don't know why
is.
you feel bad about it. Like you.
No. I'm trying to understand what they're. Why are they
I'm
doing
enjoying
it?
the game without spending any more money.
No. I see what you're saying. Like, what's the incentive for them to keep putting this stuff out?
Yeah, it seems weirdly nice of Ubisoft.
Yeah,
because those free battle passes also give you currency, which you can use to like chip away at buying the real money stuff.
Oh,
so I don't really
it's Ubisoft.
Yeah, it's just weirdly. It seems weirdly. It puts me on the defensive because it seems weirdly consumer okay.
like there's something you didn't read in the.
Yeah, like they're like, hey, actually, when you engage in a battle pass, we guarantee every newborn child of yours is guaranteed for a battle pass to use.
You've been paying $0.25 every month, and you're like locked into that for the next 6 years, and they just didn't tell you.
Oh, it's like those CDs you used to mail away for.
Oh man, just get like for a penny each.
Yeah, dude, what a deal.
I did that. I'm not gonna lie.
Good old Columbia House.
Columbia House.
So anyway,
All right.
solid DLC, not for the price. It'll be solid on a sale.
Fair enough.
I like Shadows. It's a pretty good game.
Very cool. Before I do another review really quick, I got to give a shout out to Aiden in our chat. He is the former student of mine that joined the chat. So what's up, Aiden? He said, Scott, what's your take on Dying Light the Beast? I'm not fully caught up on everything. To be perfectly direct, I have not played it. I am so tired of reading emails about that dang game.
I have a friend who is currently playing it and openly said it has completely renewed his faith in Dying Light.
Really? What was wrong with Dying Light 2? I thought Dying Light 2 was pretty well received.
It didn't feel as so. I played a good chunk of Dying Light 2. It didn't feel as horror-esque, whereas Dying Light the Beast apparently is like really going back to the horror roots.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like that's one of the ones on my list that I'm like, I need to finish this and get it off my Xbox because it's a large file size.
I remember the E3 demo of Dying Light 2 where Scott and I were like, well, we got to play that game. And then they told us it was like 80 to 100 hours. We're like, well, we're not playing that game.
Yeah. That was the one where we were watching
the statue away.
Yeah, guys. Be really mad at me. But hey, it got us to see a demo for
Watch Dogs Legion.
Yeah.
Which we both played to death, of course.
Yeah.
80 to 100 hours.
Oh. I know. Chump change to you.
Yeah.
That's just getting started.
Like a Thursday for Jake.
You play a game to death. How many hours is that?
Oh my goodness.
I don't know, man. 100 hours of parkouring off a zombie's head just sounded like a lot of zombie head.
I remember sitting in that demo trying to. I was more interested in trying to figure out if the guy was actually playing the game live or if it was recorded.
I remember you being weirdly obsessive about it. Definitely.
Yeah, like he's not playing that. He's playing it.
Playing the game.
His hand was on the controller. Like you could see him push the button, and the action would happen.
Yeah, he could be pretending.
He could be doing an elaborate mime situation for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got a couple other reviews to share with you guys really quickly right now. You're going to hear from Mark and Sean who played a couple games. Take it away, guys. And there. You gotta put another marker, you idiot. Stop laughing so I can continue the show.
Screw it, we'll do it live.
Well, thanks a lot, guys. Do appreciate that. Very quickly before we get on to the topic this week, want to remind everybody about social media. We talked about Facebook already. Discord, you can check that out. Also, if you get a chance, drop us a review on your social media platform. Not your social media platform, on your podcast app of choice, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen. It does help us get the word out. And also, lastly, our website, thegamingoutsider.com. There you can find all of our written reviews, including Mark's review of Stormlancers. Spoiler alert, Mark gave it a 10 out of 10. I'm not certain, but I feel like this is Mark's first perfect score game that he's ever given. I don't remember one. Do you remember one, Zach?
No, I mean it's quite an endorsement, isn't it?
He loved this game, and I swear he had it beat in less than a week. And this is from a guy who has a brand new job and says he doesn't have time. And he beat this game in less than a week and gave it a perfect 10 out of 10. You can also listen.
Is it only on Switch 2 or is it on Switch 1 as well?
I don't know, honestly. I know it's only on Switch. Like it's not even on PC. Like it's exclusive to that, but I could not tell you if it's on Switch.
All right, understood.
I'll have to find that out. But so check that out, as well as all of our episodes you can find there, all of our news articles. My news team is doing all kinds of great things over there. So be sure to check that out. And with that said, let's go ahead and jump into our From the Outside In topic. A couple of weeks ago was the 26th anniversary of the release of the Dreamcast from Sega. And next month is the 25th anniversary of the release of the PlayStation 2. We thought this would be a good time to discuss the merits of each and determine which was the superior piece of hardware. Zach, you're kind of like our history buff when it comes to video game stuff. Why don't you give us a little rundown of information about each of these consoles?
Yeah, not a history as such. We do those episodes on their own. We do have a nice versus lineup here.
All right.
Because in the black and blue corner, we have the PlayStation 2. Because the release date of October 26, 2000, launched at a price of $299. Units sold 160 million units across its lifetime. Its best-selling title was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, 17.3 million copies. Best review title, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, with a 97 average on Metacritic. And it launched with 29 games total, featuring such highlights as Armored Core 2, Eternal Ring, Evergrace, Midnight Club, Smuggler's Run, SSX, Summoners, and Time Splitters. I feel like everyone played Summoner at some point. But no? All right.
No. I've never even heard of it.
All my crew did.
I still have my copy.
You play it regularly?
No, from when I was younger. Like, I haven't played it in years, but
Understood.
I was a little shocked that out of 160 million units sold, only 17.3 million copies of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas sold. That
Yeah,
just
that's a
seems like such a small fraction of the total units of PS2.
it was taboo at the time, man.
That's what I'm saying. You would think it would be like, oh, I got to get that thing, the hot coffee.
Yeah,
mod.
I got to get some hot coffee in my PlayStation.
I feel like if that game sold today, well, no, that's not fair, because then you put Grand Theft Auto on anything, it's going to sell twice as many copies as console sold.
You
Called
can't
Grand
sell it
Theft Auto
today.
5. It's on like every console, everywhere. Keeps selling.
You can't sell it today. Isn't San Andreas an adult game?
No, they fixed all the code or whatever. It's you can play it on your current console, Jake.
That's
Not
what
a
I'm saying.
You said you can't
They-
buy it. Can you buy it?
No, they had a full-on sex scene in it. It was relabeled as an adult game.
No, we know about the hot coffee controversy. Yeah, we're just saying that's not in the game anymore. It's not in the code.
That's rude.
How can you take the code off of a disc?
I'm talking about the re-release. Well, they did. They pulled the copies that were out and then they re-released it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Which is why like certain variants of that game sell for more.
Ah, I did not know that. I just thought it was
I was
something.
going to say Discover's going to have a hard time with it.
No.
The payment processors.
Oh
I
man!
couldn't think of payment processors, so I just yelled Discover.
Luckily, I do think Grand Theft Auto is too big for the payment processors to intimidate. People would get a new credit card to buy Grand Theft Auto 6.
Probably.
Anyway, I'm sorry I got a sidetrack, Zach.
No,
what's
not at all.
What's in the
It's
other
the
corner?
point of the podcast is to discuss. It turns out,
Yeah.
but in the red and white corner, the Sega Dreamcast. Release date of September 9th, 1999, $99.99. This is all U.S. info, by the way.
9999999.
But Dreamcast, I think, was a worldwide release. Anyway, it launched for $199. Went on to sell a blazing, crazy 9.13 million units. Its best-selling title was Sonic Adventure at 2.5 million. Best reviewed title was Soul Calibur with a 98 average on Metacritic. And it launched had 19 games total, including Power Stone, Sonic Adventure, Hydro Thunder, House of the Dead 2, Soul Calibur, and Blue Stinger.
Was that a shmup?
Which one?
It was
Blue
a
Stinger?
shmup left.
Blue Stinger?
Blue Stinger.
No, it was a Schmadventure game with a gun.
Schmadventure.
It was a schmigirgated game.
It was mirrors. Anyway, yeah. It's kind of, I want to say it was Metal Gear Solid-esque, but with a focus on action rather than stealth.
Okay.
Like
I was
kind of
way off.
Explored, but yeah.
Samsonite.
I think, and Hydro Thunder was one of those schmacing games that you like to play.
What about House of the Dead? That was a schmooter.
Yeah, that was, it was a schmite gun shooter.
We're so dumb. What
Yeah.
about Schmonic the Schmeghog?
my famous Matt Former.
We have gone off the rails.
Yeah. I think we've gone off the rails.
So, what console do you guys think was better? While we wait for Jay to compose himself, I'm going to start with CB.
There you go.
CB, what do you think?
Well, I did not own a Dreamcast when I was younger.
Oh, okay. I did
So-
not till my 20s.
Yeah, I think it wasn't until I started working at GameWorks that I got a Dreamcast. Jake is still broken.
Well, it's because
Stop doing my job.
Schmeeding schmograms.
Is what Aaron Plays said in the chat.
We're ruining our own protocols.
I know. Back to you, CB.
He's still broken. I think it was right after the 32X.
Okay.
Like my household kind of abandoned Sega, unfortunately. So we had a PS2 and a GameCube. So I have to give it to the PS2. I spent a lot of time on that console. Overall, I think the Dreamcast could have been far better, but it was just the wrong thing at the wrong time. Because I mean, like for one of the first online, I believe first online console, it was actually like more powerful than the PS2. And I like the design of the Dreamcast a lot. I just think it has a crap controller.
I was going to say the controller is not a good design
It's
for a number of
garbage.
reasons. It feels like you're holding a frisbee wrong.
Yeah, well, and the fact that the controller like cord comes out the bottom.
The cable comes out the bottom. They did that so you could put that like card thing.
The cool
in
memory card, man.
memory
The
card.
VMU.
Yeah.
Which the coolest thing you could do with the VMU was only available in Japan. That little Chocobo game,
Yeah.
which was dumb. I mean, I love my PS2 to death. I played so much Gran Turismo 3 on it, and like Zone of Enders. Loved Zone of Enders.
Mm-hmm.
But library wise, like unfortunately, like Dreamcast has got a fairly small library.
Well,
whereas
it
the PS2
died pretty
seems-
quickly. It didn't have much
Yeah.
time to get an extensive library.
But I mean, you look at the PS2's library, like that is daunting
Mhm.
from a collecting standpoint. So yes, I will give it to the PS2.
All right. Jake, how about you? I already know your
I-
answer.
The Shmi S2.
So
Shmee Station.
I am in the same boat as CB. I did not own a Dreamcast as a child. Around that time, I was probably too young to even consider what was going on in the video game world. I had a PlayStation, and it was a PlayStation. That was basically it to me. I played things on it. The PS2 came out when I was 13, so I really didn't have a say in anything that was going. My mom bought it for me as a gift. I didn't even realize it was out. So yeah, that's how intrigued into the gaming world that I was at that age. So, and then as I grew up and started looking back and seeing the Dreamcast and all that kind of stuff, I have been wanting a Dreamcast for years. However, there's nothing on the Dreamcast that's worth me getting one that I don't already have on the PlayStation.
Typing of the Dead.
Crazy
Omicron,
Taxi.
Omicron
or-
of the Nomad Soul.
I don't know what
Rockin'
this-
X.
Starring David Bowie.
Sonic
Yeah,
Adventure.
there's nothing on the Dreamcast that I want that I don't already have on the
Come on,
PlayStation.
you didn't say that earlier.
My bad. I should have specified that I want. Now, there is Hydro Thunder. I love that game, but I would rather have that as a arcade rather than on the Dreamcast.
I had that on
Or-
Xbox. Wasn't it an Xbox Live arcade game?
I also didn't have Xbox because Xbox was the usurper of PlayStation.
Oh my god.
Xbox be damned.
Whoa.
Yeah, I will choose the PlayStation because I don't have any other knowledge of games or playability or anything that the Dreamcast had.
All right, that's 2 votes for PS2. It's not looking good for Dreamcast. Zach?
Yeah, I mean it is hard to argue, right? The PS2 library, even just looking at exclusives like God of War, Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper, SOCOM, just an
Rule of
absolute
Rose.
Rule of Rose. That was next. Ghost Hunter. Everybody loves Ghost Hunter.
Armored Core 2.
It's just a tremendous
Spy Hunter.
library. Well, I said
Monster
just-
Hunter.
I was focusing on exclusives. Monster Hunter would be one, absolutely.
Mr. Mosquito.
Sure. Okay.
That
yeah,
was
we're
on
just
the
gonna go down
Nintendo.
list. I don't know if it was.
I mean, Metal Gear Solid was only Metal Gear Solid
3.
2 was on.
Two was on Xbox.
But Mr. Mosquito was not on the Nintendo.
No. Metal Gear Solid 2 was not on the Xbox.
Yeah, it was. It had skateboarding mode.
Yeah.
It had extra levels where you could play as Snake. Because everybody was so mad about Raiden.
Yep. That was that era where like certain consoles got bonus levels that the other consoles didn't get.
I remember that from like Soul Calibur. Like you have whole characters that were just like only on this platform.
Or the Spider-Man movie game where Kraven the Hunter's level was exclusive to Xbox.
I had no idea. Anyway,
You didn't know about Metal Gear Solid 2? Come on, man. You could skateboard on the oil rig.
No, I wasn't big into Tony Hawk at the time, so it probably kind of flew under my radar.
Yeah, it was but man, I loved my Dreamcast. Sonic Adventure, Shenmue. So great. Right? Omicron was really great. It was just there's so many experimental games. Power Stone was a wacky kind of fighting game. It was doing weird things with the memory card. It had the easy internet access that CB was talking about. It had an MMO, Fantasy Star Online.
Yep.
You know, like right in its brief lifetime, it managed to pull off an MMO.
Yeah.
There was just something special about the energy of the Dreamcast. And I think had it stuck around, it would have been truly exceptional.
I mean, somebody, I think it was CB earlier, said it was poor timing. There was no way they would have known. You know, it wasn't like a strategy. They released it almost a full year before the PS2, and the PS2 just like took over, and nobody remembered the Dreamcast.
To me, the Dreamcast, again, like being Sega's final console, is one of those thought experiments. Like, what would have happened if the Dreamcast had taken off?
Mm-hmm.
Like, would Sega still be here? Like how it used to be, not in its current form, but
Yeah, there's a publisher now, right?
I feel like the mainstream audience, I think we've largely gotten there now, but like they might have embraced more artistic kind of weird games a little earlier. You know, if the Dreamcast was big, because they're just doing like Seaman. What the hell was
I was
that
just going to
say, you know? So I think overall.
Do you have that, CB?
Yeah.
Sorry. I've never played it. I want to sit down and do Seaman at some point.
Leonard Nimoy himself.
He's just a narrator, though, right? He's not actually voicing the character.
There's parts where it talks where it's still him because he's like the voice actor for the whole thing. It's weird.
I was told there was a different voice actor for this. I posted that on my like this year in gaming post, and someone corrected me and said that Leonard Nimoy was not the voice of the man-fish face.
It's still weird.
I thought he was.
That's what I like. Someone corrected me, so like I didn't.
So they're automatically right.
No, I took somebody's word for it, and that's why I'm asking.
All right, I'm pretty sure it was. It doesn't, I guess, ultimately matter.
Yeah.
You know, on the strength of Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 and Shenmue alone, and Shenmue 2, of course, I'm going to say Dreamcast.
Oh,
really?
Yeah. I think
3 games.
Well, that was 4.
What about Prince of
Shenmue 1 and 2, which I don't even think Shenmue 2 came out in America on Dreamcast. I think just for the beating heart of the Dreamcast, somebody's got to vote for it, and I'll do it.
You're just like, there's no way Scott's voting for the Dreamcast.
So I don't think so. So someone's got to love the Dreamcast, and so be it for me. And a lot of the great PS2 games were on other consoles. Okay, the Grand Theft Autos, those were on other consoles. Bully.
Metal Gear Solid 2, apparently.
Yeah.
If we were going off that, because I was looking at it from just a simple standpoint of this versus this, not taking in outside factors.
Well, yeah, I'm just helping my own argument for myself.
I know.
You see.
But yes, like I will completely agree with you that if we included outside factors, it would be the Dreamcast a whole 100%.
That's where I'm torn, because to me, the Dreamcast is a superior piece of hardware technology-wise if you don't count the freaking controller. That controller is not comfortable, and the cord coming out the bottom just hurts my brain.
I guess I never had a problem with the controller. Certainly, I never had a problem with the cord. It's a weird choice, but I don't...
It's not that it's not a comfort issue. It's more like I feel like I'm hurting the wire all the time.
Oh, yeah?
You know what I mean? Because it's always coming out and then back around. And so if I pull the controller towards me at all, I'm pulling the cord. It's like I'm worried it's going to get kinked.
Okay.
I just
But that's
that was
why
like
it also
a
had the clip.
it didn't.
Well,
It didn't.
so Scott's worried about his kinks. That might
I
happen.
know.
I'm also
There-
worried
there
about
is-
Scott's King.
On the bottom side, there was the spot. To
I like
know that it
feet.
was.
Cord.
Let me touch your feet. The library argument is difficult for me to get behind because yes, the PS2 library is vast, and I played way more games on PS2 than Dreamcast just because there were more games on there. I was not a massive Sonic guy, as you guys know, but the first time I played Sonic Adventure, my mouth was open watching that game.
Yeah.
I was blown away by what I was looking at and experiencing. Like the first time you're running along and the camera just kind of pans like this dinosaur. I feel like I had never seen that before. It was breathtaking.
Wait, what about the first time you played Sonic Shuffle though? Were you as equally breathtaking?
I don't remember Sonic Shuffle. Was that
It was Sonic's Mario Party.
Oh no!
I just had to get a reference to Sonic Shuffle in.
And you mentioned Hydro Thunder, but there was Four Wheel Thunder on Dreamcast. Was the game that I liked even better than Hydro Thunder at the time. It's exactly what it sounds. It's Hydro Thunder, but instead of in boats, you're in four-wheel off-road vehicles. And there was I don't know if anybody of you played this, but there was a multiplayer mode that was like bomb tag or something, where one person is holding a bomb, and if they crash into somebody else, the bomb transfers from them to somebody else. And then there's a time limit, and you have to,
Hot potato.
Yeah, hot potato basically. So I, as a kid, remember laughing so hard playing that with my buddy Dave. Like it was so much fun. That, and I bet you at least two of you have never heard of this game on Dreamcast. It was my favorite game on the Dreamcast. It was called Incoming with an exclamation point. Have you heard of that game?
Nope.
I own it.
I figured you did. Incoming was just straight up.
See, you own everything. Shut up.
Yeah. and he says it so condescending. I own it.
Well, of course.
Peasants.
I don't think you know this game.
Peasants.
I don't think you've heard of this game. I've heard of it.
I said at least two of you.
He did.
Yeah. But at least I felt attacked.
Oh my
I
god.
did defend myself.
Oh my God.
He felt attacked even though you were including him in the good side.
Still felt
So
attacked.
Incoming is basically Space Invaders in 3D as a turret shooter. Like as a turret, the entire game is turret. Like there's just stuff coming towards the planet, and you have to shoot it down before it hits the whatever. I love turret games, and that entire game was nothing but turret games. I thought it was a lot of fun, so it was really good. The other plus, $199, guys. Imagine paying $200 for. Now I understand 26 years ago, inflation, blah blah blah. Like, and then for PlayStation to come out with a console, a full $100 more, an extra 50% higher than the Dreamcast, and it sells that many copies. It's just nuts.
It's pretty crazy.
So, man, you know what? I'm going to say Dreamcast. I am going to say Dreamcast.
And that's a tie game. Ding ding ding.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I think it's a better piece of hardware. I think the price is huge. The price and the cable coming out of the controller are the two things for me that are like on the fence. But I'm going to say Dreamcast was a better piece of hardware, even though the library was better at the PS2. So that's what we thought. Go ahead.
What was the console before the Dreamcast?
The Saturn.
Saturn. Which was a complete disaster.
Yeah, the Saturn was a turd.
That had those massive jewel cases. Remember those?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the tall rectangular ones.
Tall rectangular ones that are huge.
Also had the audacity to release and not tell retailers about it before it came out.
Was that the one that they said, by the way, it's available now?
Yeah,
it was the
no one had talked to
Shadow
Walmart
Drop
yet.
console.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way before the world was ready for such an idea.
And now they're like, this is why we have, we had this game coming out in 4 years. That's why that exists now, because of the Saturn. Kind of.
I
You could just say you're wrong, Scott. It's fine. You don't have to
I don't
like.
wanna hurt your feelings.
I will say the one thing I absolutely love though is like one of the dumbest things about the Dreamcast is the European like cases for the games are hands down one of the best cases I've seen designed for games.
I don't know that I know what
They're like really, really thick jewel cases, but instead of like that's like, you know, when you hold an old CD, it's got like the little like bumpy edge. You know what I'm talking about?
a CD has a bumpy edge.
Like when you pick up a CD case, there's like the rough edges, the top and bottom.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh yes.
So they didn't have that. It was like this like bubbled edge that was like blue. Dude, the
Okay.
cases for the Dreamcast in Europe, I think are, if they were on American shelves, I think it would have actually sold fairly well because they are incredibly like pleasing to the eye.
All right. Do you have any?
I have two.
All right. Next time I'm over there, I want you.
I'll have to show you two. I think they're some of the most gorgeous looking cases.
All right.
So, I think because of the failure of the Saturn, I think it just was a continuation onto the Dreamcast.
It was the last three consoles they did, because it was the disaster that was the Sega CD and Sega 32X, which then transferred into the Saturn, which then transferred into the Dreamcast. Because the last like end of the life cycle for the Genesis going into the Sega CD was just such a cluster.
It was kind of a perfect storm of many factors.
If only they had released Panzer Dragoon Saga on Dreamcast, it might have turned it all around for me. So then I could finally play it.
For me,
That's such a weird story that the game is still.
I don't get why they're like, oh, we can't do this. In the
Just-
day, like today, people could reverse engineer it.
That's what I say. Just pay like 3 or 4 fans to reverse engineer the code and give them a couple years, and they absolutely would do it.
It would make so much money.
Right, just off the historic novelty alone.
Yeah.
Aaron Plays writes in, I still enjoy our Sega consoles. We all had them. I will say, with Sega, the one like final thought for me is, though I picked the PS2, I think Sega with their like they like to be a little wacky at times, a little out there. Whereas PlayStation as a company always seems like it's just so cut and dry. Like even the guy who used to do the E3, like just listening to him talk, I'm like, dude, you sound so boring.
Who's Sean Layden, or are you talking about before that?
I can't remember his name, but he's just like generic guy, stands up there, glasses, like, this is the PlayStation 4. It has these specs. It's so wonderful. Thank you.
Mark Cerny?
I think that's who it is. Like, it just seems like it was always so bland whenever they would talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So whereas Sega's just like bright, flashy colors and flash processing and
yeah. Well, let's see what the community thought. Starting on Discord, CB, why don't you read the first comment?
Well, Drew Ross writes in, for me at the time owning both sports games, at the time the Dreamcast was king, PS2 was the RPG machine. So many great ones. Plus, you could play all the old PS1 RPGs.
That's something I didn't factor in.
Yeah, the JRPG machine that was the PS2.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all the
reverse
JRPGs on the
compatibility.
PS1 as well. Like, you could play them all on there.
Like I said, leaving it to just the PS2 versus the Dreamcast, I have to take the PS2. I would take the Dreamcast if it was just heads up. But factoring in like if everything else, I would take the Dreamcast.
Did the Dreamcast have a Grandia?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that's where it was originally.
It's-
No, it wasn't exclusive to Dreamcast, right?
I'm
You should
sure
also
it was.
get Grandia on PS2.
Wait, get Kevin on the phone. Stat.
Yeah, right.
What about the hit JRPG Evolution World of Sacred Device?
That's a mouthful.
Didn't you play that, Scott, with Kevin?
I was supposed to.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It was going to be our Break the Seal episode, and I actually, because remember, it was like a big pain to get my Dreamcast working, because then we had to go buy a cable, and I had to get a controller from you, and like there was like a whole
Your Dreamcast.
Oh, was it your dream? I had a
That's-
Dreamcast at one point. Was it
I was
your
going to say
Dreamcast?
that's my Dreamcast because you're like, your Dreamcast isn't working. I'm like, just come get the other one, and you never did.
Wow. So I
It's
still got
like,
the old one.
it's like you heard my call. Oh, that was the wrong one.
Jakey son in the chat says Skies of Arcadia. How could I forget? Freaking Skies of Arcadia and Dreamcast, man.
On the GameCube.
It's also on the GameCube, of course. That's another weirdly stranded game,
Yes.
but a hell of an RPG.
All right. Next comment's yours, Zach.
TJ Kitsune writes in, I hate the Dreamcast so much I still own 5 Dreamcasts, one Japanese one included, 15 VMUs with at least one of every color, 12 controllers with one of every color, a complete North American retail game collection, the Dreamcast's big brother, the Naomi, and the Dreamcast's adopted brother, the Atomus Wave. I love the PS2 so much, I own just a slim PS2.
I feel like you got the word love and hate wrong.
I think you're pulling a Sheldon and not understanding sarcasm.
Yes. No, I know.
Well,
By the
it's
way,
hard to read somebody else's sarcasm, I think. So it might be
for
on
all the
me.
people out there, if anybody comes across the Hello Kitty Dreamcast, let me know. I want one.
All right. Keep our eyes
Well, I'm
peeled.
sure if TJ finds one, he's not going to tell you about it.
Right.
It's clear. It's a clear pink shell. It looks awesome.
All right. Jake, you're up, man.
Oh man. Okay.
You want me to do it?
No. Jackie-san writes in and says, "Good Lord, I can talk all day about these two glorious systems, each lovely in their own ways. I got the Dreamcast about a year or less even into its life. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Metropolitan Race, Street Racer, Shenmue, The Skies of Arcadia are some of my favorite on it. I was trying to read too fast. My mouth could not keep up. My brother and I played so much of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 back then, and I still have all my old Dreamcast games and original consoles, minus a case mod I got a couple of years after I got the system. And the sports games, the 2K series on it were fantastic. Played a lot of hockey and football on it. Oh, and I may or may not have played Half-Life on it, but for me personally, the game that got the most play was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. That game on Dreamcast was flawless. It ran at a higher frame rate and much better draw distance. When the PS2 came out, I was working for ebgames.com at their call center. I got hired there the year.
The PS2.
Okay, yeah.
Just say it.
The year the PS2 was coming out. Sorry, words. I got hired there the year the PS2 was coming out. It was the console everyone wanted. I got a pre-order in nearly a year in advance. I got mine the day one at my local game store. I also won one at work there that fall. So I had 2 PS2s, where many people in my office at the time only had one. The PS2 had the best lineup of games for many years. So many games that just changed the playing field for games. GTA 3, Kingdom Hearts, FFX, and more. I love the PS2. Well, the games mostly. I felt the system was ugly, the controller not that great, but I had some great games. I have no idea why the Dreamcast never took off. Game selection, weird controller, I don't know. Still one of my favorites.
Quick correction:
Okay.
he had 2 PS2s when many people in his office didn't have even one.
What did I say?
That they did have only one.
My bad.
It's okay.
Bad-
I felt like that was an important one.
Bad marketing for the Dreamcast. I feel that's still what it
It's-
did.
I mean, it sold very well initially. They had all that excitement at $99.99, had the good price, but yeah, I think they just, I don't know. I guess they must not have had the right games.
And I thought the logo they did,
Or
the
the- or
little
the-
swoop, little spiral
was, yeah.
thing was
It
cool.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe the marketing just fell off, like Stevie was saying, after launch. Maybe they just didn't know how to capitalize on the momentum.
It looked so good too.
What momentum?
It's got that orange triangle for the power light or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The
Just a
orange
cool-
slate, it was small, it was compact.
Hell yeah.
And you know,
Sexy
I
console.
never see those games when I go to like the retro game stores. I never see Dreamcast games. If I do, it's the same sports titles.
It's because a lot of them get lost because people are like, oh, it's a CD.
Yeah. But I mean, you could say the same thing about PS2 games, PS1 games. Like,
PS1 games, yes. PS2 games, no, they came in DVD cases.
Oh, because you're saying the case looked like a CD. I got you. Okay. David Newman said, I had both and loved both systems. I think the PS2 was the more superior hardware and overall had better games, but I have to give the nod to the Dreamcast as my favorite system of the two, almost exclusively due to nostalgia. We had moved in 2000 when I was 7, and it was difficult starting at a new school in a new town. School wasn't bad, but still missed my friends. At the time, I had a Sega Genesis, but really wasn't getting any new games. Pretty much just failing at the Lion King all the time. That was until Christmas that year. My parents gifted me the Dreamcast, NFL 2K1, Virtua Tennis, Sega Bass Fishing, and a video game rocking chair. I remember being so excited, pretty much to the level of the viral N64 kid. I have so much fond memories of playing those games, as well as Crazy Taxi, NFL Blitz, Soul Calibur, and Sonic Adventures. Sega Genesis was my first system, but the Dreamcast was what really pushed me into a gamer.
I love that version of NFL Blitz was really good.
I didn't remember NFL Blitz being on Dreamcast. Sorry, I was distracted by the next comment.
Oh,
and
I'm gonna read it just like that too.
Oh my god, I did not type this.
Doesn't matter. I'm gonna read it.
We'll read it.
All right. The greatest fat man on the planet that is way cooler than Scott Clark. Man, this is my golden age of gaming for me personally. The Dreamcast was my favorite of the two, although I spent way more time playing the PS2. The Dreamcast was simply there, ahead of its time, in my opinion, and so different from what was out there that the consumer struggled to be comfortable with it. Everyone talks about the VMU and the built-in internet connectivity, but no one wants to talk about the thing that really blew my mind away, the pressure-sensitive trigger buttons.
Oh, good call.
Go back to NBA 2K and try shooting a free throw with Shaq, and for some reason everyone forgets this, and I think it was the coolest thing about the system. Way before that anyone else did that. The controller wasn't even weird outside of the cord coming out the bottom. That was weird. I'll give you that, but everything else about that console was amazing, and it will always have a soft spot in my heart. The only reason I played my PS2 way more is because the catalog was way more massive, and there was simply more really good titles available. It wasn't available on the Dreamcast. I will always wonder what would have been if Sega had done better game. Wow. I will always wonder what would have been if Sega would have done better getting game studios on board to make more games for it.
So we're never doing live shows again.
Well,
Everyone
it's
is
not our fault that everybody's illiterate.
Words are happening.
Apparently, Hooked on Phonics did not work for CB and Jake.
No, it's still in the box in the basement.
Yeah.
All right, we got two more over on Fuse. Zach, you want to show them how it's done?
I think of Mark Szymanski. No pressure, my God.
So
Mark Szymanski writes it. This is like a Nickelodeon ad or something. I think pirating played a huge game in Dreamcast demise. All you needed was a sprinkle of blank CD-ROMs and poof, the entire library was yours to burn. The Saturn's horrible price and marketing didn't inspire a dedicated fan base either. The game quality was high. They weren't afraid to take chances, for example, Seaman. I think comparing the two in a vacuum, Dreamcast gets the win in my book. The popularity of the first PlayStation, the gigantic library, and the outrageously successful launch gives a real win to the PS2. Regardless, I love them both. Now that's how you read.
Damn it.
Yeah. Except I don't know what a sprinkle of blank CD is.
Sprinkle of blank CD is.
Yeah, sprinkle is better than spindle, I'll say.
Just
spicing it up. You're welcome, Mark. This is what I do when I edit Mark's reviews. I like spindle. No. Nobody's gonna read that.
Sprinkle.
They're real. Yeah, dude. I like a little color. That's why I'm a reading rainbow.
Oh,
okay, LeVar.
Go back to flying this ship.
The last comment, also from Fuse. Stealthy Shovel says PS2 had a DVD player and went on to become the greatest JRPG machine of all time. So I have the fondest memories of that. The Dreamcast probably blew me away more though, as it had features that were ahead of its time, like online gaming and even chat rooms where my friend went on to meet his future wife. Never owned one, only got to play it at my friend's house, but the GameCube ports we got were great. And between Phantasy Star Online 1 and 2 and Final Fantasy 11 on PS2, was that 11 was on PS1, wasn't it?
It was a PS2.
No, it was on PS2.
Oh, that was the MMO one. I'm thinking
Yeah,
9. I was mixing.
Did you have to buy the hard drive add-on for PS2 for that one?
Don't remember.
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Or one of the like Mega Mad Catz memory cards.
Oh yeah,
or
they had like
something.
this big fat end on it.
Yeah.
Something weird about it. Yeah, for sure.
I don't know which one I played more, but those were the most fun and addictive online experiences I've had, and I'm something like 6,000 hours deep into Warframe. There you go.
We don't even talk about Warframe.
Is that game like the Bruno of video games?
I've been playing Warframe for like 15 years.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, that was quite. I mean, it seems like after, because we kind of tied between us, but I feel like after the comments, I feel more leaned
to the
towards
Dreamcast.
Dreamcast.
Right.
Doesn't it feel like
Stuff to shuffle. I need to know
Mark
where you're...
Szymanski put it best. Like in a vacuum, you go one way. If you include the outside factors, you go the other.
yeah, it's a difficult question to answer. So
I need to meet this guy who met his wife in a Dreamcast chat room.
yeah,
Talk about game, you know what I'm saying? I got it.
Right.
So what we're doing Xbox versus GameCube next?
we can if you want to.
Sure.
Why not?
Xbox.
Well, I mean, that's the other two of that generation, correct?
Yeah.
The other
That sounds
two,
fun. I would
the
do
other
that.
two that were important, because that was also the generation with Apple Pippin.
I'm gonna come with my fighting gloves on though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh,
Me
yeah.
too. Because
Yeah, let's do
I will defend one far more than the other.
The GameCube had Pikmin. Shut up.
I know Xbox is a filthy usurper to Jake's house, so I already know where he's gonna
Yeah,
land.
we already know where his vote's going to go. But all right, next week we're going to do something a little bit different for our topic. I think this was
We're going to
Zach's
be good in
idea.
that stutter.
No promises.
We are.
We
So
not
what we're going to
just-
do is we're going to debate what the best year of video games is.
Easy.
Each of us are going to bring to the table a year. The problem is here's what we're going to do. We're not going to tell you guys who picked what year. We're just going to have you vote on one of the 4 years that we're going to put on there with like maybe a collage of the different games that released that year. And everybody's going to vote on which one they think is the best year of gaming. We're going to all come to the table and we're going to debate which of those 4 years is the best year in video games. I'm kind of looking forward to that. The thing is we're going to have to all decide who gets what years, because I imagine there's going to be some overlap, right?
Well,
Like, we're going to all have like a.
Well, we know the other person's years ahead of time, so we can.
We're going to have to.
There's like
We're gonna
there's like
have
a
to.
golden year of gaming, and there's only like 3 or 4 years in it.
Because I feel that like there has to be the highs of that year, and then there has to be the lows.
Oh, so you're going to look to combat the argument with like, no, your can't count because it included this game.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
like your year's bad because simply of this.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. But that's going to do it for this week's The Gaming Outsider. Thanks so much for listening. The episode was produced by Kevin Honigford, and all the music you hear is written and performed by Grant Henry of Stemage and Metroid Metal. His website, again, is stemagemusic.com, STEMAGE music.com. Please be sure to email us if you have any questions or concerns. Our address is feedback@thegamingoutsider.com. Zach, do you have any parting words or recommendations for our listeners?
Yeah, dude, I was looking for heist movies that I hadn't seen, and there weren't many.
Uh-huh.
But I did not know that Ben Stiller and Eddie Murphy did a heist movie.
Oh, dude, that
Tower
movie's great.
Heist.
Tower Heist? Yeah.
That was great. Yeah, I thought it was interesting because it wasn't like a constant comedy, right?
Right.
It still had the heist movie energy, which was cool. Because I see Ben Stiller and Eddie Murphy, I assume it's just going to be,
Yeah.
nonstop chuckle fest.
It was a clever movie.
I thought it was. It was really good. Yeah, I like every heist movie has like the big, here's what you think the plan is, but this is what the actual plan is stuff. And I thought it did that.
Isn't Alan Alda in that movie?
He
too?
was a bad guy. Yeah, he was the
Yeah.
guy that robbed him.
Yeah.
It was just a really fun movie that I totally passed me by when it came out.
Good call. That was I was one of those that just like caught me off guard and I didn't expect to be. And I feel like people that don't like Ben Stiller's comedy would actually like him in this movie. Like he's
Right,
not annoying.
Ben Stillering it up.
Yeah.
This is not Zoolander or Meet the Parents energy.
Right. He's just he's almost like a cool guy. Which is
Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just that's a good flick. Good call. As for me, I got a band that I just discovered. I actually got a press release on this band. They're called Atom Music Project. They are an interesting band because they sound man, they sound like on the cusp of 80s and 90s heavier rock, but all of their music is video game inspired. So everything is based on a video game character like Mega Man or Punch Out. They've got songs, a song called Octane, which I believe is based off of an Apex Legends character. Punch Out, which should be pretty straightforward, and Powered Up are the three favorites that I checked out. So really dig the energy of this band. I'm kind of looking into them a little bit more. They're like what do you call that? A super group where it's like different musicians that all come together and they're doing nerdy stuff together. So Adam Music Project, ADAM Music Project. And there you have it. Until next week, I am Scott Clark with Zach Parkerson, Jacob Gunnarsson, and Chris Behrensmeyer.
Hey.
And we are
Talk to CB.
And we are the Gaming Outsider.
Talk to CB.
What?
Talk to CB.
Hey,
Do
Zach,
not
got any
skip
recommendations?
CB.
I have a recommendation. You know what, CB?
Well,
go sit in the corner.
You know what? Here. If you're at the end of the episode, you get a little bonus content. CB, he not only texted you that you would have to put it on the format, and it's also in bold text at the bottom of the format to please type here if you have something.
Oh,
Anyway,
so not on Scott because he warned you twice.
hang on. I'm actually looking through the text messages right now.
Oh my God, we're still live, dude.
I
We can argue about this later. Just tell me what you're.
Don't worry about it, folks. The final episode of Alien Earth is tomorrow. Be excited. From what I hear, there's supposed to be some really cool stuff coming. So,
All right.
Hopefully, Yaucha.
I'm Scott Clark with Zach Parks, Jake Gunnarsson, and Chris Behrensmeyer, and we are the Gaming Outsider. Remember, there's no such thing as a bad game, just games that aren't for you.